Hi. Okay, so it's not quite time yet, and I am fussy cutting something for today's project. So I'm just going to continue to do that. I just thought, well, rather than showing up late, I will show up early and, and cut this out while we're waiting to start. But I've only got a minute, so no biggie. So I'm cutting out some birds from Flight and Airy paper to use on our card tonight. And you'll see what I did. I did some fussy cutting. I love this paper. I really wish it would have come out with the dies and a stamp set and everything else to go with it because I think it's so cute. And I just like birds. I seem to really like the stamp sets that have birds in them and stuff and nests and all that. I just like them. So this is celebrations just about over. It will be over in 2 days. The 29th is the last you have to get your order in to get free stuff. And this paper is one of the offerings for free stuff. So if you love this paper like I do, you might want to get an order in so that you can get some. It is free with a $50 order. And this is the Flight and Airy that I'm talking about, which is birds. Yes, lots of birds and lots of flowers, very springy, pinks and blues. It's so pretty. Um, that is the main thing that I'm going to be doing tonight. But I'm doing a couple other things too. You'll see as we go. Okay, it is time now. So I'm early. You guys are late. Now there's Carol. Hi, Carol. Carol is right on time. Yes, hi again. I was at the Warnersville Library. No, I was at the Robsonia Library today. Hi, Susie, which Linda thought was tomorrow. That's why she wasn't there. Um, my classes are all Wednesdays now, except the church. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure you probably all know by now, but those of you joining us and or watching the recording of this or anything, um, the first Wednesday of the month, I am at the Warnersville Library from 5 till 7. Now, if you come to the Warnersville Library and look for me, sometimes the librarians aren't real sure who's who. So just tell them the card lady, she's downstairs, and they'll direct you to get there. That just seems to be, I know I had one or two times now that they've said to people they didn't know what was going on. Luckily, and I have there's no cell service down there. So, I they couldn't call me to find out, but they kind of thought that's where I was. So they said, told the girl at the desk that. And they got down eventually. Amusing, right? Okay, what else is going on? So, celebration is over in 2 days. I told you that. Um, Warnersville Library is the first Wednesday of the month, and then the fourth Wednesday of the month is Robizonia Library, and that is at 1:30 till about 3:30. We end up being there. It could go a little longer than that if need be. But those are the main things. We also have something at United Church of Christ. I'm not sure if that's going to continue for. We'll stay tuned on that one, and I'll let you know what's going on. So, what else is happening? Some new online exclusives are coming out. I don't go big on the online exclusives because you have to go online to get them. Um, you can look at them online and then let me know what you want to order if you want me to order it for you. Um, or you can order it yourself and just make sure that I'm listed as your demonstrator. But I just wanted to show you one thing really quick, and that is this paper. Isn't that pretty? I love designer series paper, and this is no exception. The colors are so pretty. It's flowering zinnias, it's called. And we got berry burst, blueberry bliss, flirty flamingo. So all kinds of really pretty colors. It just came today, so I haven't even opened it yet. Um, there is a bundle and a suite that goes with it. Unfortunately, as we've been seeing with a lot of new things, they don't have it available. Supposedly, it will be available in March, the second week, I think, of March. But well, this whole thing will be available in the second week of March too. Here's another one, another sheet of this. So pretty. You know what? I'm just gonna hold it there. Yeah, you can see that. And then that's what it looks like on the back. So these all have nice patterns on the back too. Um, there's some polka dots. There's this paper with that on the back. So you can look forward to having some things. I'm gonna hold off on the rest of that because you know that I'm gonna use it for something sooner or later because I love the designer series paper. And when it's pretty like that, I can't resist. We have to use it. We have to do something really cool with it. So, that'll be coming. What else? Carol reminded me today. She said, "Hey, you haven't pulled a name for a while." And you're right, Carol, I haven't. I haven't been live. I wasn't live those 2 weeks. And that just threw me off completely. So, I put everybody's name in the bucket. See, right here. Right here it is. Everybody's name is in there, and I'm going to pull a name quick and see who gets the card tonight. So I have Carol. Good you told me because your name just got pulled and you get the card. So I will put that aside for you. I'm going to put a note right here right now so that I remember. And okay, Carol gets the card. What is today? 227. 227. Okay, that's here. And you're welcome. And Brenda isn't on right now, but if she watches this later, I had a card for you since Christmas, and I had it at the library and forgot to give it to you. I don't believe I did that, but well, I do because sometimes I think I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached. Karen, hi. And for anybody who doesn't know what we're doing here, if you comment, you watch this video, you tell me you watched the video, or just say hi, like let's see, Susie said hi. Carol said hi. Just say hi. You don't have to say anything else, but you can. You're welcome to talk all the way through. I don't mind. But say hi. If you tell me you're here, I'm gonna put your name next week on in this little bucket. And then when I pull a name, whoever's name I pull wins one of the cards that I made that night. And if you are watching the replay, still say hi because I will still put your name in the bucket. And if you're watching me on YouTube, Karen, I've noticed you've been leaving some comments on YouTube. So I did put your name in the bucket. So that's how that works. So please let me know if you're online. Okay, I think that I have told you all the fun things that I needed to tell you for right now. We do have a new catalog coming out. It's an annual catalog, so it's a good one. It's the big one, and it's good for a year. And it will be coming. Hey, Linda, you made it. It will be good for, let me see, April, May. Yes, May 2004 to April 2005. It'll have a couple of new in colors in it. And the let's see, the in colors from 2020. Oh, I don't even remember, but it's the ones. It's the Parakeet Party, Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet. I don't know if Polished Pink was one of them or not. I don't think it was. So yeah, it's those five. So they will be going away. Um, I don't use them that much, so I don't know that I'm going to miss them all that much. But uh, we'll see. We're going to get some new ones, and I'm anxious for that. That's always fun. So, okay, let's. I'm getting out of the picture now, and we got the big screen. So here's what we're going to do tonight. I already told you we're using the birds. We're going to do this card. Happy birthday. And this card. Now, this card was a happy accident. I was trying to make something else. I was actually kind of trying to do what we did today at the library, but I messed up. And when I messed up, I said, that would work different. So it's something new. We're gonna try. Okay, let's get started. So for this first card, we are always starting with our typical base. Um, 8.5, half a sheet of cardstock, basically. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Now, don't forget, folks, when you score, okay, first of all, you're going to fold this the opposite way from the way you think you should fold it. So your valley is going to turn to a mountain. And you want to do that because if you do it the opposite way, chances are real good that your corners aren't going to match up. And that makes no sense to me at all, but that's the way it works. And then you want to use your bone folder to make sure you burnish that fold. Make sure it's good. Okay. So I'm going to write the measurements down over here while I'm going so that you can see them. And then maybe you can take a screenshot or something of it at the end so that you'll see what you'll know what we did. Okay. So we started with our base. Base is always 8.5 by 5.5, score at 4.25. Okay, that's always the base. Now, I have a trick for you. This is a screw up. My screw up, you end up winning when I mess up because you get a tip out of it. Okay, what I decided I wanted to do with this is I wanted to emboss a piece of white and I wanted to cut a stitched circle out of the middle. And then I'm going to put, like you saw here, I'm going to put the bird paper in the back. So I went out and I went out and I embossed it. No. How did I do this? That was wrong. Yes, I embossed the whole piece of paper. I first embossed it, and then I cut the hole. Well, when I had to run it through the embossing machine to cut the hole, guess what happened? It flattened out some of my embossing lines. So on my sample, I don't know if you can see this, but up in here, they're kind of flat. And same with down here, but I covered them up with my sentiment. But that's just a little tip for you. emboss, cut the hole first, then emboss. Okay. So that's what I did with this one. I cut the hole first, then I embossed it. Now I'm going to take, I would like to use these birds for this one. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take our sheet of paper and we're going to take our circle and just see where we want to go with it. Now, do you want to take this over here and just get this one bird in real good? Do you want to take it and kind of take it across that you get both? I kind of like it with both. So I think I'm going to go with that. So what? Oh, boy, did it get windy outside? Holy mackerel. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put a little line here, and that's where I want to cut this, and I have to cut off a little bit here too. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut those pieces. Now this is no measurements. This is you got to eyeball this and figure out what you want to do, where you want it to be. So I switched up my cutter that I was using, and I these are switched around, so I gotta fix that. Okay, that's what I just did because I'm used to it being this way that I cut. I don't want to cut when I want to emboss. So, okay, I just drew some lines there and I'm cutting it off where the lines were. Now I'm going to take my embossed piece, and yep, that looks perfect. That's right how I want it. Little bird here, little bird there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece and I'm just going to go around the circle, and I'm going to put a thin piece of glue around the circle. Okay. And then I'm going to take this piece. Yep, Linda thought it was tomorrow, so she didn't make it to the library today. Linda, from now on, all my classes are on a Wednesday, except for the one at the church. Okay, all the other ones are on a Wednesday. Which they used to always all be on a Thursday, and then Warnersville had to change it because of the lady with the yoga class, and then Robisonia had to change it because their meetings were on a Thursday or something. And so they're now Wednesday. Everything's Wednesdays. If you are wondering, this is Stampin' Up's glass mat. As of right now, the only way you can get this glass mat is if you join my team, and then you can get it as part of your kit. So it's just a square glass mat with grid lines on it. You also get this silicone tray, which it comes in handy. Right now I have it junk in it, but you can actually put blocks in it. You can put your little stamping squares go in there, embellishments, anything and everything can go in there. And there is a chamois type cloth that also comes with it that I don't even know where I put it. I put it somewhere and it's not here. So let's just forget that. Okay, I just wanted to mention this to you because this glass mat, I'm using the glass mat, and I just thought you might want to know what it was. The glass mat is only good as a join during celebration, which means that it's also going on the 29th. Oh, Carol. That's true. Yes, you went to the church. So the church is Thursday. Everything else is Wednesday. Okay, so now I just put glue on the rest of this and center it nicely right there. Now, I looked at that when I was done with it and I said, that's just not, it needs something. It's too little. So what I did, what I decided it needed is another bird. Yes, another bird. So what I did is I fussy cut the bird that was on the top. Okay, see right there was a bird on the top. He was actually, he got cut off. Okay, he was up there. So I cut him, I fussy cut him, but I am going to rearrange him a little bit. He's going to go up here in this corner. And, well, let's see. Yeah, okay, that's good. I was going to say it could go down here and then they could be a cluster of three, which, yeah, no, that's okay, but I like him up there. So I'm going to put him up there with some dimensionals. And so those of you who come to my classes, you know that I sell my used stamps. And we were talking today at the class about how we organize our stamps because I said I had mine by alphabetical order, but I have several catalogs going now with my stamps, and I kind of find that, wow, I need a certain stamp and I know what it says and I know what it is, but I don't know where it is. And it drives me crazy trying to find it. And so having them in alphabetical order isn't helping. So how do you organize your stamps? I've heard of some people taking like all the birthday stamps out and putting them in one place and then all the, which would be great, but I sell my stamps used after a while and because I need to make room for new stamps. So I don't really like to separate up my sets. So that doesn't work so good for me. Um, I'm trying to find a new way to do it. And if anybody has any neat suggestions or ideas, please feel free to let me know. Now, here we go. We're gonna put a little greeting across the bottom, and guess what? This is one of those online exclusives. It's called Sweetly Scripted. These are going to be going out to the public on March, oh dear, I believe March 2nd. Or no, March 2nd is a Saturday, third. So it must be March 4th. Yeah, right away at the beginning of March, the 4th or the 5th. Anyway, Sweetly Scripted, it's an online exclusive. I think it's kind of cute. It has happy anniversary, congratulations, happy birthday, a million thanks, speedy recovery, save the date. As always, guys, if you're near to me and you see something like this that you like and you want to order it, just let me know and I will get it for you. I will add it to my order. We'll split the shipping. Um, that just seems to work out nicely for people. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece. This is balmy blue, and I'm going to grab a piece of balmy blue, a small, I just want to scrap, and it doesn't look like I have any good scraps around, so I'm going to just grab one of these. By the way, I said I was going to write down the measurements as I was going. This white piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then the piece behind it, like I said, you just wing that. That's not. Okay. I find that the easiest way to do this, I put the greeting on a block, and this block is not actually big enough. Let me see. I got a bigger block here. This is an I block. I'm going to use it. And I'm using the happy birthday stamp. Put that on there. And I'm going to use Balmy Blue. I'm going color on color. Balmy Blue on the Balmy Blue background. And I'm going to put it kind of in the center. You can't see what I'm doing. You kind of put it right here in the center. And as high up as I can go, because I want to cut this. I want this piece as thin as I can get it. Okay. And now I'm going to cut around that. When I say cut around it, what I'm really saying is I'm just going to cut it off as thin as I can. Okay, got that? Now, if that stamp is pretty long, so this actually is longer than the stamp, but that's okay. You're going to want to cut it down to fit the card. This piece, I just said, it's 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut this off at 4. I'm going to make sure that it is pretty much centered and cut a little bit off each end. Diane found out today that that the arm extends on this paper trimmer. If anybody watches this recording later, this is a paper trimmer. It's $25. It's just a must-have tool for paper cutting. I could not live without it. And this opens up like this so that you can cut paper up to 17 inches. Okay, so it doesn't end at 6. Just letting everybody know that. It has this is a blade for scoring. This is a blade for cutting. I did do a video on giving them a tune-up. I don't know if it's still out there on YouTube. It probably is. Okay, so now we're going to take our happy birthday greeting. And I didn't on the other card, but I am going to put this on dimensionals. Not at the very bottom, but close to the bottom. And I'm going with the pink and blue theme. I'll tell you what, these would be great cards for a baby card, a congratulations baby card or something like that too, I think. But they're really nice for a birthday card too. And they would also be good with for a what am I thinking? Just a Easter card, a Mother's Day card, any of those. Everything on a card stuff. Yes, that's right, Susie. You said that. That's really actually a pretty good idea. Susie stamps all of her stamps on a piece of cardstock. And then you keep them in like a binder, right? That's really a good idea. I have a lot of stamp sets though. Boy, that would take me a long time to get caught up, but maybe going forward, that's what I could do. That's true. That would not be a bad idea. Okay, I'm going to take... I just sat that down in the ink pad. Should never keep ink pads open when you're not using them. That's another tip. Take it from me. The voice of experience. I have done a lot of dumb things like that frequently. really makes a mess. So I'm going to cut just, this is going to be a fake bow, not a real bow, fake bow, faux bow. Just cut a piece of the ribbon and just kind of tie it in a little knot, like so. The reason I'm doing this is it's easier, for one thing, but it's also it keeps the bow size down so that you don't have the extra thickness, because the post office gets a little testy about mailing some things that are too thick. So that helps. I'll show you another little thing I got. I got these on Amazon. These are pins, straight pins with little balls on the end. Nothing new, right? Except these are very, I don't know if you can see this. They're very small in length. Okay, that's not even as wide as my finger. See that? So what am I going to do with that pin? I am going to stick it in the end of my ribbon, because constantly I have ribbon floating around all over the place, and it drives me crazy when it gets all tangled up. This prevents that. It's small enough that it doesn't make a big hole in the ribbon, and the pin itself is small enough that it goes all the way through. Just a little tip for tonight. Okay, so here's we're going to put our, we're going to use glue dots to attach our, as soon as I find it. Okay, here's a sheet of glue dots. I'm going to grab this sheet of glue dots. You're used to seeing glue dots on a spool because that's usually how they come. I just happen to have these. I think these come in paper pumpkin like this, and I do use them. Glue dots are the best way to attach ribbons, bows to cards, because they don't bleed through the way liquid glue does. It won't bleed through, and it holds it very nicely. So I'm just going to put that in the middle. Okay, and that's it. Now, don't forget the inside. Let's do the inside right away. So we do not have, there's not a stamp set that I have that goes with this. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to find another cute bird, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut him out. Take it easy on yourself by just kind of fussy cutting around the bird. The other alternative is to take one of these papers like this and just cut a half-inch strip of it and put it at the bottom of the inside. That would look very pretty too. But I like the labor-intensive stuff here, so I am going to fussy cut this whole thing out. This is going to take me 2 minutes, though, honestly. I don't mind cutting little things like this out, as long as I don't need 100 of them and they don't take forever. I'm okay with it. Okay, so there's our bird. We're going to put him right down here at the bottom. And we're going to use, oh, so sincere. Hope your day is a happy one. Yes, Susie, you're welcome. I'm going to have some of those at our team meeting. So I will make sure that you get a couple of them. I don't know if it'll be enough, but or if you want to just grab them from Amazon. They do come in some different colors and stuff. I did get white, but I have some for everybody. Just because I thought they were really cute, really a cool idea. Yes, so those who are on my team, we have a meeting coming up in a couple of weeks, 2 Saturdays, I guess, 2 Saturdays from now. And we get together and we do some stamping, make some cards, we do some swaps, card swaps. We it's fun. So, if you ever get the inkling and you want to join the team, we do have fun. And we eat. Oh, everybody brings something to eat, and wow, it's always good stuff. Always good stuff. Okay, so there's that card. Hope your day's a happy one. There's that one. Okay, let's move on to the next one right away. Now, this one, like I said, I screwed it up, and it was a happy accident because I kind of liked the way it came out. So this is the end of the measurements for that one. The let's see, the sentiment is the only other thing, and that was 4 by about 3/4, I think that was. Let me just measure that real quick and see. Yep, 3/4. Okay, so that's card number 1. Oh, good, Karen. I'm glad you could follow along. I always like it when people do that. Um, Connie usually tries to do that too. Connie's not with us tonight, but she usually tries to follow along too. So this card, you're going to start with your 5.5 by 8.5, but then you're going to cut an inch off, okay, off the 8.5 side. So you're going to end up with 5.5 by 7.5. Cut an inch off. Go over another inch and score. Okay, and then score your whole thing at 4.25. So, did you catch that? You're starting out with a base of 7.5 by 5.5. You're going to score it at 1 inch and at 4.25. Okay? So now what you're going to do with this, your valley becomes a mountain. And make sure you burnish that real good with your bone folder. And then you're going to fold this. Now this one is going in the opposite. It's going in the wrong direction, okay? But it has to go this way. Okay? Now, the thing that makes this card cool is your inside part is your greeting. So you're taking your inside card, which is your white, and that is 4 by 5.25. And you want to make sure you have that handy because you're going to need it pretty soon. And you want designer series paper. They're all 5.25. You want one piece that's 5.25 by 2. Yep, by 2. And another piece that's 5.25 by 3/4. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your designer series paper. You want to grab a design that, oh, let's see. You want to grab a design that's going to look good here. That's going to show off a little bit. And I am, no, wait, I'll find something. Okay, I'm going to use this. I'm going to go 2 inches. By 5 1/4. Then I'm going to take a piece, and I would like the blue, I think, if I can find a piece of the blue. I've got a whole folder full here, so we'll just grab a piece out of here. Except I don't have, well, I have all these scrap pieces, but none of them are 5 1/4. That one probably is. Ugh, no, not quite. That looks like it's 5 inches, not 5 1/4. Yeah, that's 5 inches. So that's not big enough. There's a piece that's going to be big enough. So I want it to be 5 1/4. By 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to glue this piece down first. Wow, this morning I was wild. I had poor Joey outside. We were just taking our little stroll that we take every morning. And all of a sudden it started thundering. And he doesn't like thunder. He's not scared to death of it, but he doesn't like it. But boy, he jumped, and then it started raining. So at that point he said, okay, that's it. I've had it. I'm going in. So we headed for the door to get in the house. But we usually walk around the whole property in the morning, just take a big loop. And we didn't quite make it this morning, man. We had to turn around and run quick. Okay, so there's that strip. And, you could use the same paper, but I think it looks really nice with a different one, a contrast. If you could cut a piece that would look like it cut off of there, that would look kind of cool, if you know what I'm talking about. So you would have to match that up and cut it right there. That, I don't know, that might look nice. But I like this, the contrast. So we're going to take this, and I want it to look like, I don't want it to keep sticking up. It's kind of a nuisance. So I'm going to just take a couple dimensionals and stick them in like 2 places just to hold that down, but kind of leave it lifted a little bit. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. And if I could find my dimensionals, here we go. Okay, this is actually what I'm looking for. Is I like to use these little end pieces here when I have something small like that I want to use, because I just want a little piece. Okay, so I'm going to stick a piece up here, and I'm going to stick a piece here. And I just want to stick them down. Now, instead of a greeting, what we're going to do is we're going to decorate this inside piece. So I decided I'm going to say, let's see, it's here. I hope your day is filled with joy. I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to do that with balmy blue. And I do kind of want to place it in the card. I don't glue these down until I have them all finished, because if I screw it up, I don't have to rip it out. But I just want to make sure that you're going to be able to see it. So I'm going to put it right there. And I fussy cut a bird and I lost him. I don't have him handy. I had him sitting right here top, and now he's not right here on top. Let me just see if I can quick find him. If not, I'll just cut out another one, and then he'll come across. Then he'll come out of his hiding spot. So I took one of these big fat birds. We'll cut that one right there. And I just fussy cut him out. Hi, Brenda. You probably didn't hear me say at the beginning. I pulled a drawing for the card, and I still have a card for you from a drawing back in December. And I actually had it with me at the library, and it had your name on it and everything. And I didn't give it to you. Duh. So Brenda and Karen are going on an adventure this weekend, right? This weekend. I bet you're looking forward to that. I'm going, I have a big week next week. My husband and I are going to see a Simon and Garfunkel uh, tribute show at Dutch Apple Dinner Theater on Monday night, and then on Saturday night we are going to the Lancaster Symphony Orchestra. We do enjoy symphonies, we really do. So that's next Saturday. That's actually after our team meeting. Her team meeting goes till 3. Then I'm going to come home and change, and we're going for dinner, and then we're going to go to the symphony. So that will be a fun day. Okay, guys, what I did on my other card is I used this blue, and I just made a bow and stuck it on here. I don't know. I was not enamored with that color blue, though. That shade was kind of dark, but I don't have anything lighter. So I think what I might just do, maybe I will just grab a piece of white, this white seam binding. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I don't really like that either. Okay, so maybe it will just be the new thread. Well, the blue is okay. Yeah, I'll use the blue. It has this pretty silver in it too. So this is it came as a trio. It's blue, pink, and yellow. So any of those three would go with this. These birds. So I'm going to just do this bow. Well, that did not come out as it should have. Okay, there it is. That's better. Oh no, for a second there, it just didn't look right. And I kind of laid it right in the side of the seam, right here. There again, if you don't like the depth, or if you don't like the idea of having a thick bow there, you can do what I did and just tie a little knot in a piece. That's too small. I can't do it with that piece. In fact, I just might do that just so you can see what I'm talking about. Ah, there. And you can see it with the bow and with this bow, a faux bow. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. Oops, something. Nab a glue dot. And just stick it right on there. And if that piece sticks up, continues to stick up like that, I will stick a glue dot under it too. To hold it down. Okay, and then I am going to glue this inside down. I was panicked there for a second because I had little lines there, but it turned out it was the ribbon phrase. Okay, stick that down. I cannot wait. I want to, there's a stamp set, Tuscan something in this catalog, and it's very conducive to watercolors, and I really am into watercoloring, so I really want to try my hand at that with watercoloring. I think it will be very pretty. Okay, so let's see now. I used and I put them away, so I don't know what I use for embellishments on this. Um, they are kind of flat. Yeah, I was having an issue with embellishments too. I was trying to get them kind of organized, and I made a mess out of them. I dropped them, and so they are totally disorganized now. And so I can't find the ones that I was going to use for this. So I guess I'm going to have to use something else. So there are some sequins that are blue. Right here, pink and blue. That will work just fine. I strongly recommend too that you invest. If you're going to make cards, invest in a pair of good, nice tweezers because it works so much easier to attach embellishments when you have a set of tweezers because you can get in, and we talked about this today at the class at the library. Um, when you have your embellishments on a card like this, first of all, I open this side to pull this out this way. Okay. But when you get in there with your tweezers, you can get underneath it so that you're sure to get the glue dot. Because a lot of times, if you try doing this with your fingers, you're going to pick it up and you're going to leave the glue behind, and that's not going to stick. So get yourself a set of tweezers and use them for your embellishments. I know that I'm supposed to tell you to use the take your pick tool, but my choice of tools, my preference is Ace tweezers. Sorry. So let's see. So now your greeting is here. Hope your day is filled with joy. Your embellishments are here. Your little bird is here, and here's your other birds. And then you open it up, and you have lots of space over here to write happy birthday, write a little note, write whatever you want. But I just like the whole. It's just different. Um, the greeting on the outside, on the inside, sort of, right? Okay, so these are our cards. Excuse me, we did that one. We did this one. Those are the ones we did tonight. Get this out of the way. Those are the ones we did tonight, and these are the ones that I did earlier. Excuse me. 4 samples. Okay, thank you for joining me, everybody. I hope you had fun. Excuse me. I enjoyed it tonight greatly. And after I get over the sneezes, I'll be able to say something. No, I'm kidding. Don't forget, Carol, which card do you want? Or you want me to just pick one and send it to you? Thank you, Linda. Do you have a preference, Carol, or don't you care? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll pick one and send it to you. Okay. Well, everybody, thanks, Karen. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great week. Okay, Carol, I'll pick. Have a great week, and I'll see some of you at Warnersville and some of you later on in the month. I'll keep you posted, but I'll see you all. No, I won't see you next Wednesday. I won't be live. I will be recorded. So I won't see you next Wednesday, but I'll see you the Wednesday after. I will be here next Wednesday, but it will be recorded. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful evening. Good night, and thanks for joining me.